Ladies and gentlemen, I love Russell Westbrook, and what I love about Russell Westbrook is his competitive nature. The player himself, look, it's up and down. He can't shoot, but you got to respect anybody. Forget what stats say, like forget all that other stuff. You got to respect anyone that comes out and plays the game of basketball with the amount of aggression, sheer will, and want that Russ does night in, night out. If you don't respect anything else, respect what this dude gives the game of basketball, his body. Respect that, bro. If you don't respect nothing else about Westbrook, and maybe you don't. But I've been critical of Westbrook the last few years because I don't believe he contributes to winning. I think there's a big difference between what Russell Westbrook had to do for his team when he was by himself and what James Harden had to do for his team when he was by himself. Harden made sure his team won. Russ put up a lot of great numbers. So a lot of times his team won, but there was a lot of nights where I'm watching the games where Russ is literally trying to go for rebounds for a triple-double. Like, he's making sure he's in the right position. There's no reason why a point guard should be inside on a free throw with the bigs, right? Like, he's the third guy on the line while the shooter for the other teams at the free throw line. He should be beyond half court getting ready to set up in the backcourt. He's not. He's there because he's trying to get rebounds. Steven Adams lets him get rebounds. He's going after triple-doubles. And if that's what gets Russell Westbrook the motivation to wake up every night going after a triple-double, he's now averaged a triple-double for a third straight year. It's about to be done. Kudos to him. It's just not what I want as my leader. Now, Paul George made a decision last summer. And y'all have heard me over the last few months backpedal. I said, Paul George, you're going to regret the day that you signed an extension with Russell Westbrook. I called it out. I said that straight up and down. And again, the last couple months I backpedaled. I said, look, I might be wrong about this. The Thunder were playing good ball. They were like third in the West. Paul George was on the MVP level. Russell Westbrook getting his triple-double numbers while Paul George was the primary scoring option. And I think that's the best way for the Thunder to play. Let Paul George be the guy, the closer, all that great stuff. Let Russ feel important, almost like a kid. You got to give him a toy that makes him feel like he's worth important in everything. You got to let that kid feel like he's okay. When an auntie's cooking or when your mama's cooking, and that kid, he wants to make it seem like he's a part of the process and helping you out in the kitchen or helping your mom out in the kitchen. You got to give him a spoon and let him fake, or give him a pot and act like the pot is on or something like that, right? But in all actuality, Paul George needs to be the primary option for the OKC Thunder to be productive, in my opinion. Well, I apologize to Paul George. I said, look, it looks like whatever you and Russ got in OKC, it works for you. And look, if you didn't want to join LeBron and the Lakers, it looks like you made a good decision. Well, as I make this video, the OKC Thunder are 1 game out of 8th in the West. And they need to be thankful that the Sacramento Kings have pretty much quit. The Los Angeles Lakers have 100% quit. And some of these other bottom feeders at the Western Conference pretty much gave up on the playoffs because they're struggling right now in a major way. Like over the last 10, the Thunder have not been playing good ball. I'm looking at the standings as I make this video. Literally, in the last 10 games, the OKC Thunder, a team, they're 4-6. They've lost 3 straight. They got the Toronto Raptors home and home the next 2 nights. They could very well look up and be 8th behind Utah, behind the Clippers. They're going backwards right now. They're 19-18 away from Oklahoma City. That's not great, and they're looking at the Golden State Warriors in the first round if they fall back to 8. You don't want to be at 8. So the Thunder need to get it together quickly because we didn't give Paul George some credit for his decision. We'll take that credit back on this platform. If you get to the 8th spot in the Western Cup, that's a fail of a season. If you got 1 MVP candidate in Paul George and an MVP in Russell Westbrook in a triple-double, and all y'all can get it to his 8th, you got the Utah Jazz, who technically didn't get an all-star. You got the Clippers, who don't have any all-stars. They traded their best guy, Tobias Harris. Yo, the Thunder are worse than the Spurs and the Trailblazers. They should be at least a 4th seed. Nothing worse than that. Look, I'm watching the Thunder over the weekend against the Warriors, and Russ gets his 16th technical foul. So what does that mean? He now has to sit out the next game. That thing resets at the end of the regular season. You have to be more cognizant of your team to not get your 16th technical foul. Want to know what that did? That means he was out last night as the Thunder took on the Miami Heat. You want to know what happened when the Thunder played the Heat? They lost at home to the Miami Heat, a team that's 8th in the Eastern Conference. You cannot lose games in March to the Miami Heat if you're really serious about making a playoff push. You got to be more cognizant if you're the star of this team, Russ. He's blowing it again. He's managing to blow it again. You convinced PG to stay here. I don't know how he pulled that off. He got Nas to perform, whatever. And now you're literally imploding every other week. And I'm not saying that fan in Utah was right, or I'm not saying he didn't say anything racist, but I'm pretty sure Russ has heard racist stuff at games before. It's getting to him. I'm watching this dude break down. We've seen Russ has let things get to him that I've never seen get to him. We need to check his mental health, right? Because he's allowing fans to get to him. Little kid tapped him on the shoulder a week or two ago. He about ready to beat the kid's ass. He talking to the kid and the dad. He talking to the dad like a kid. Like, yo, what the hell is going on? You're telling men, I want to beat your ass and your wife's? Like, come on, Russ. He's imploding on the court. Literally after a Klay Thompson, a good defensive possession from Klay Thompson on Russ. Russ went and tried to football charge him. Like, yo, Russ, what the hell are you doing, dude? Technical fouls. Now he can't. Now every other technical foul, he'll get suspended another game. You got to be more cognizant, Russ, of the situation at hand, because you are costing your team. And look up. They're technically in 6th, but if they lost one game, they'd be in 8th. All right? You get the Warriors in the first round if you want to. You're going home in 5. Thank y'all so much for the time, loves, but I don't take it for granted. Salute. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids. They are now tuned in.
Yo, we locked in right now, Mr.
Mr.Taliaferro.
Shout out to Mr. Taliaferro.
You're watching Mr.Taliaferro TV.
Mr. Taliaferro TV, here with the Triple B's. You can't do nothing but win.